Hi there, and welcome back to Triplicate. And if I sound a bit croaky, it's because I'm fighting off yet another virus. Seems to be one after the other, which is why been not put out so many videos over the past month or so. Anyway, we'll croak on and we'll get on with the boat Speedo, which of course is still at the pretty picture stage. Now, I did think when we were designing the specs that since it's going to have a GPS in, why not put a memory card in and record where we are, so we have a track of where we've been. Would it be useful? Don't know. We'll do it anyway. So we need to get our data out of that, and because the thing runs outside, we want to have the box sealed up and we don't want slots in it and things, and we can possibly help it for pulling memory cards out. So I thought we would get the data out using Bluetooth. Ooh. So here it is. Hang on. One Bluetooth module. I've never done anything with Bluetooth before, so basically I just fancied having a look at it and having a play around with Bluetooth. Okay, so in the last video we did GPS using, if I put it the right way around, an FTDI module plugged straight into our GPS module. Well, despite the fact in the last video we were trying to get the tools sorted out for the Nucleo board, we're going to put that back in the box, and just for start-offs I'm going to make up another of these jumper leads and connect the FTDI directly to the Bluetooth module, because it's serial, why not? And then I can do it all on the PC, which is less electronics, but lazy mode, it's easier. Okay, so I need to make up another of these little jumper leads, and we can plug it all together and see if we can talk to our Bluetooth module. Okay, here we are wired up, another little jumper, and you will notice this curious wire going onto this pin on the side of the board. That is because the FTDI board, you might need to zoom in here, I think you can see that the FTDI board has a little jumper here which sets it this side, this connector, from 3 volts to 3v3 to 5 volts. However, this power line coming out, it also switches that between 3v3 and 5 volts. And this thing, as you can see, the power is 3.6 to 6, so it won't run off a 3.3, yet the levels are 3.3. I don't know whether that's wrong and it would run at 5 volt levels, or it would run at 3.3, but we're just going to take it at face value for now. So we've got this jumper set to 3v3, so these logic levels are correct, and we've taken the 5 volts from this 5 volt pin, so the power's correct. And then just turn it back so we can see the top of the board. Don't know whether it has a power LED on it or anything, but we're about to find out. Let's power it up. You get a good view of the smoke coming off it. Yes. Well, it has an LED which is blinking, which usually means it's doing something. Okay. Right, let us write some code for the PC which sends some kind of commands to this board and see if we can get anything out of it. Okay, so this is the listing of this Bluetooth module bought off eBay for the princely sum of £4.04, which says at the end HM10, and tellingly nothing on the board. So we download the HM10 datasheet. Here we are. Oh, and it says you can use AT commands through the UART, which is us, through the serial. AT commands. There we go, the Hayes AT command set. Now I thought they were from back in the days when you put your telephone receiver into your modem to get it to work, and 300 board modems were the order of the day. Goodness. Well, anyway, AT command set it is. Now the AT command set, a bit more quick digging because I've never used it to be honest, is if you just send an AT command you should just get OK back, just to prove it's talking to you. So shall we have a go at that? Okay, so here she is. We have a little button which we press, and when we press it, it sends the command AT down to the COM port, which is connected to the FTDI, which is connected to the Bluetooth module, and we then just monitor anything that comes back from it. So if we run that, okay, so we hit our little run button and it opens the COM port, COM6. So we hit our AT button and it sends AT and it comes back error. Well, at least it knows we've told it something, and we can read what it's sending us back a message which we can read. So the communications at a hardware level is working. What does error mean? Don't know. Some sort of error code might have been assistance, but no. Okay, so we're going to have to find out what's going on here. So after a good deal of head scratching, I looked at the board and saw it actually had a part number on it which was not the same as the HM-10 quoted in the description, good old eBay. So I then googled this ZS-040 part number and got a couple of results which showed it was actually a HC05. I think the ZNO for the ZS040 is the baseboard and the HC05 is the module on top of it. It's actually two boards sandwiched together. Anyway, so I went on Proto Supplies and looked at their listing for the ZS040 HC05 and got a lot of info which I have taken a copy of because that looks good, and a data sheet. If we look at the data sheet, here we go, so there it is. Actually it doesn't look the same as that at all. Who knows? Who knows? So we scroll down this babe and it gives us a list of the AT commands, and here it says AT commands all end with \r\n. Oh, easy when you know how. So here we have our, was it \r\n, our little AT command. Shall we see if that works? Where are we? Run. Okay. Fire the comms port up. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah! It works! It works! Whee! Okay, so let's move on and see if we can do something a little more sophisticated than send a blank command. Okay, so next in the list they give in this data sheet is reset. So shall we try a reset, AT plus reset, and see what that does. And so in the code, here we go, AT plus reset /r/n. So let's fire that up and have a look and see what that does. Okay, so here we are, we've got our module running and we see our little LED is blinking. So if we open the serial port, hit AT, we get our AT command works, and we've got a reset button here. Let's see what this reset button does. It thinks it's done it alright. And our LED has stopped on. So what state that's in, I don't know, and we're not really worried at this point. However, if we hit AT again, nothing happens, so it's in some state where it's not listening to us anymore. So if we stop the serial port, power it down, power it back up again, our LED is flashing. Open our port again and try our AT command. Yep, it's back going. Okay, so that's doing something, which is all we really wanted to do at the moment. Okay, let's move on. Number 3, get firmware version. So we send AT plus version question mark, which I guess is querying the version, and we should get plus version colon and whatever the version is, and then OK. And here's an example. So shall we try that? And here we have, we're sending the command AT plus version question mark. So what's it gonna do? Let's find out. Okay. Start our COM port, just check it's answering our commands, and here's our version. Error again. So why is that not working? I don't know. Okay, let's change tack a bit. Let's see if we can at least see the Bluetooth module from the other end, from the PC, because our good people at Proto Supplies tell us how to do it. So we need to go into the settings, the Bluetooth and what have you. We need to add another Bluetooth device. What I'm going to do before that is actually disconnect it, power it down. So we're going to look at the Bluetooth device. We're going to go into Bluetooth. Right, so it's looking for it, but it's not finding it. So if I power it back up, there it is. They said it should sign HT05, I think, but it finds BT05. So if we go to that, connecting pin, that should be, according to all the documentation, until you change it, connect. See what happens. It doesn't seem to be doing a lot, and the red light has frozen on. Right, so that hasn't actually worked. At least it's seen it, but what we will try is running this no, it's frozen it up. So, well, it's seeing it. That has done exactly the same as using that reset command did. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. BTO5. What is that? Okay, so let's try and get this straight. We started out with what we thought was an HM10 because that's what the eBay listing said. So then, not being sure that that was the case, we looked at the carrier board and Googling that implied it had a HC05 on it, only our board doesn't look at all like that, and that's what we've been using. So if we actually Google BTO5, we get someone here offering one for sale, a BTO5 base board, which looks like our board, or at least offering it for add to wish lists. So whether you can still get them, I don't know. However, they do have some interesting stuff, and if you look down here, it gives you the AT commands, or it gives you the AT commands for the CC41, which it says somewhere the BTO5 is based on, or a rip-off of, or a copy of. They all seem to be copies of clones of copies. And actually it does scroll down and it does give some commands for the BTO5, which are different to the ones we've been using. So perhaps we should try some of these commands and see if we can actually talk to this thing, and then go back to looking at the actual, trying to get it to talk to us over Bluetooth. Okay, so at the bottom of this list of commands here, it says AT plus help will list all the commands. So maybe we should try that. And here we are, AT plus help. On a little button labelled help. So if we were to fire this up, here we are, let's connect her up. Yep, check it's doing something. It is, right, help. Oh, look at that, finally we get some sense out of the commands to this thing. Right, well, we are making progress. So what else can we do? Well, let's have a look and get the local device name and the firmware version. That's always, well, it's information. I'm not saying it's the most useful. Okay, and here we are. We've got a version button and a name button. Let's see what they do. Run. Yep. Check it's running. It is. So we try the name. Name equals BTO5. Okay, well, it agrees with what it's putting out over Bluetooth, and the version v6.3. Don't know. Not very useful, but there it is. Okay, now one thing we want to know is the pin. Bluetooth devices, that when you want to pair with another device, it asks you for a pin just to check you're not some random person sitting nearby who's trying to get at my wonderful jury-rigged Bluetooth module. Anyway, so we have, if I can see it, yeah, a pin command. Get set pin code for pairing. So let's have a see what the pin is. Okay, here we go again with the pin button. That should just read it. We'll check that's working. Pin 1 2 3 4 5 6. They're usually just 4 digits in my experience. Anyway, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So given that, should we have another go at connecting to it? I think we should. Okay, before we actually go back to trying to connect to the Bluetooth end of it, I've done a final little thing. I've added another bit to the code that allows us to type in a command without having to reprogram a new button. So we'll just try that, shall we? Okay, there we go. And so that's AT plus help currently, and there we go. It's putting the help. So let's just for interest see if we can change our pin number. So here's the pin as it is, 1 2 3 4 5 6. It's pin, let's try 6 5 4 3 2 1. Why not? And that's the button, the go button. So yeah, pin equals 6 5 3 4 2 1. And if we press that, it's, yep, that's it. So I'm going to actually put it back to 1 2 3 4 5 6. Just not to introduce too many variables. Well, at this point I spent some considerable time trying to pair with my PC and trying to pair with my tablet and trying to pair with my phone, even with now the correct pin number, a no-go. So the end of all this investigation is now where this video starts again. Sorry for the somewhat abrupt change between topics. Okay, so here is my tablet, and that's Minnie looking cute. And this is a Bluetooth terminal app, which I got from the App Store. So let's see if we can get this to talk to our Bluetooth, because I had no joy whatsoever using the PC. Right, so if I hit that, devices, that must be next door's telly. We don't want next door's telly. We'll have the BT05 connected. There you go. And the LED is on fully to indicate it's connected. So if I type into here, no, come on. Not the deepest, most philosophical message ever to be sent. Right, are we looking at the other end? Yep, send. And there it comes up on the PC. Amazing. So that has sent triplicate OK from the tablet, the Android tablet, to the PC. So here we are at the PC end. So let's type something in here. Okay, there we go. So if we hit send on this, there it is. It comes out on the tablet. Oh, and then the screen times out. And I always said I was not put rather sad imploring messages to subscribe to the channel. But there you go. There is one. So we have transferred data both ways between Android, tablet and PC using our Bluetooth module. So I am going to call that a success. Okay, we've got there. We have got our little Bluetooth module working and transferring data. Now, I'm really not very interested in knowing all the whys and wherefores of Bluetooth. I just want to get data in and out of our boat Speedo without having to drill a hole in the side and let the water in. And I know I couldn't get it to work with the PC, but that's another day's problem. For now, I just want to know that the components I'm putting with it work, so I can get some circuit boards made. Don't want, even at Chinese prices, I don't want to get circuit boards made and find I've specified some module that isn't going to do the job. And I think it will. I think it will. So I think that is time to call it for this video. It seems to have been hard work. Well, it has been hard work because I've never done anything with Bluetooth ever before, and these cheap modules, you're guessing what you've actually got, and the command set is not, of course, common between all the slight variants of the modules. So I hope this video has helped you understand if you've got one of these and it's you can't get anything out of it like I couldn't. So on that note, I think I will leave it, and next time we might have a look at SD cards, which is also something I've never needed to work with before. So why not come along with me and see if we can save and load data from an SD card next time. So for this video, that's definitely it. So it's goodbye from Triplicate. Goodbye.